Hello, internet family. Alright, so this right here, what you're looking at is a current antenna, just like a shark fin. You know, under a shark fin, you take your current antenna shark fin thingy plastic off, you'd have one of these, right? So, this is currently on a S320, if you know anything about Mercedes-Benz's. It's the same thing as an S400, S500, and S600, and so on and so on. However, all of them come with one of these antennas. Okay, this is a retractable antenna. Okay, when this was in, only this part was sticking out. They told me put copper down the tube. Once I put copper down, right, all they would do is hit plastic. There's nothing in here. There is no mast, there's no antenna. Someone pulled it out a long time ago and left this as a base. I would literally have to ground I would be the ground and I would get radio, okay? So how this was connected, it was connected, one was connected to the telephone, which I taped off in the car, okay? One was connected to the antenna. The antenna one had to be chopped up because there is no other wire that I found to adapt the antenna wire with the, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is how this one was connected inside the antenna. Then there's another one for the radio, okay? The radio one is the one that's inside, sorry, the one the radio is taped off inside, okay? So what I had to do, the one with the antenna had to be chopped off. This is the original one from the antenna. And when I chopped it up, I put the cable from the universal antenna. Okay, so what you will need for a new radio, which is a new radio, and you want a new type of antenna, for this conversion, all you need is two different types of antennas, okay? The two different types of antennas is a universal replacement, okay? The reason why it's universal is because it has one of these plugs, okay? It goes right in the back of your radio. You can literally put your radio plug in the back of your radio and see how well it works. If it works well, you know you're on the right track, okay? So that came with the universal one, okay? What you want to use from the universal one is the base. The base was the most important part. The longer antenna did not work for me, so that's why we got a stubby antenna. The reason why I found out that this conversion was necessary for me is because when I went in the store and got a short, stubby little antenna, which was like this, which I currently use right now. You see how short and stubby it is? I tried to put it in here. It did not work. Nothing I did, putting a wire down there, connecting it, none of that worked, okay? So now I'm stuck with this little thing that came in my car. How do I put this into that? There was no way of doing it, okay? So I'll show you exactly how the conversion worked for me, okay? You see this rubber cement, steel weld? This was a very, very, very important part, okay? It's completely used up already, as you can tell. But it was a very necessary tool, okay? So what I was able to do with this conversion, look how much weight I was able to save. I was able to pull the old CD player out, okay? Because a dealership decided to break my volume button and no amount of spray would work because it just doesn't catch. It's just horrible, okay? So it's broken inside. We're not fixing the circuit board. So we had to get a new vintage radio. So we got that, which is this right here, okay? $26, it's amazing, okay? All right. Also pulled out the 5-disc player because why? My new stereo has Bluetooth, has auxiliary, has radio, and if it has Bluetooth, why do I need 6 discs when my CD holds unlimited? When my phone holds unlimited amount of music. Okay, so yeah, makes sense. All those wires also that were connected, I would have to run all those wires from this CD all the way to my new radio, and I'm not doing that because again, phone is way better, lighter. Look how much boom, 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 and all we're doing is replacing with that little stereo and these two little antennas. All of this is being replaced with that. So look how the box, if you combine all of these items, okay, they don't even take as much size as the radio. Okay, that's how scary it is. Okay, I mean, if they're empty now, I should tell you something. So all these pieces were very, 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 very important. Okay, as you can see, the only thing I have, I'm supposed to have the big antenna left, but I lost it somewhere, so it is what it is. This was the adapter piece I took off. This is the rubber cap that does not fit my car whatsoever. It does not do me any good. This right here, I'll show you what we did. Just remember, when you separate the antenna, you want to keep this piece. I'll show you when you want to keep this piece. And please look up splicing yourself, because unlike this type of single wire splice, okay, you just remove the rubber and call it a day. Very simple, right? Just boom, one wire. This one's going to be a little different. Okay, this is gonna, when you peel the first layer, it's gonna have this copper all around it. What you're gonna do is pull it to the side and twist it like this. Okay, then the middle one is gonna be just this white one. You're gonna peel it again, so you're gonna have this exposed. When you're gonna put these two middle ones together, you're gonna tape them off with some electrical tape. Then you're gonna tie the negative, this ground together, which is your negative. And once you do that, you're gonna move your how do you say, shrink tube right over it and put a lighter to it, and you will shrink it. Just easy as that. Okay, this is how both connections will be. Your radio signal wire though, however, will be thinner than this, so be very, very prepared. It will be difficult. However, the antenna wire and the adapter wire is very, 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 very easily. Okay, so remember, this will go in the back of your radio, connected to the signal wire of the car. Back of the radio, where the signal wire goes. Okay, it's usually gonna have like a little square cap, or a little it's gonna look like a coaxial. Okay, so just remember that. You can buy an adapter, but if you don't have an adapter, you're gonna chop this up and use it. And I'll show you what I had to do, because the adapter wouldn't work, the wire's too fragile. It was crazy. So I'll just show you what I had to do, but just remember that. Okay, so, and just going back to this, when somebody tells you shove copper down there and nothing is working, remember, take it apart and look for yourself, because once, no matter what kind of copper I would shove down this metal pipe, as soon as it would get down here, it would ground on plastic and I would get nothing. Okay, because there's nothing in here again. Okay, and also the CD player was so heavy in comparison to all of this. Okay, so just the amount of items I got rid of was worth it. Okay, also what I was able to do is this part right here came with another silver part that went over and held it. Okay, you'll see I had to use it. It's also very much always it's connected to this spring. Okay, I just untwisted the spring and pulled it off. Okay, I had to use that piece, so I basically kept this, because it would have been like this, another piece, and like so, right? So you'd have this sticking out of the car like always. Remember, this is how the old school looks like with the, what is it, 9mm, 10mm, something like that. You see how I tried taking it off? It was no good. Yeah, useless waste of time this was. Useless waste of time. Okay, but I've learned my lesson and I've learned what to do with that. Okay, so let me show you the rest of the car, okay? So, sorry about the sun. Again, so now that we have this, let me grab these. This is what surprised me. When I went to go put this in, I thought I was gonna be able to unscrew that top and just go like find one of these and screw it in. This part right here came from the Universal, and so did that painted part down there. It was black too. So those two pieces lock up the antenna. So by twisting it just like a modern one, you do that. Okay. Let me get my S320 open. Okay. So once you open, you see how it looks pretty solid, right? Okay. So what I had to do is, when you see the word antenna right here, right, you'll figure that this wire runs to an old antenna, which cannot do nothing. Okay, so what you will do is you will clamp these two wires. These are the signal wires. So this is the old antenna wire. Okay, plus let me get in there. plus the new wire. Okay, you see how that metal piece is? That's from the universal. This right here is from the universal. Okay. So that is. Let's see this metal piece right here. That's from the old one. This big one, the metal piece, is from the original. Okay. This is from the universal, and all you do is weld it inside here. Okay, that's what I did. After I put a little weld inside with that first metal, welded the first metal down to it, then I welded that into it, then I welded the big metal piece into the back of the car. As you can see, there's a little epoxy everywhere, but it's solid, very solid. So what's happening now is it's steady, it's fixed, and this wire right here just goes straight to the antenna, and that's it. And that was the conversion process. So again, this right here was the result of all of it. As you can see, yes, of course, still works on the trunk. Awesome, right? As you can see, antenna quite stylish. Doesn't look too bad. Could have went with a copper one, but I think, sorry about the sun, guys, but again, looks very stock. And again, all it took is these two antennas and this radio. Let me show you what's so special about the radio. Absolutely nothing. $15 radio on the market. Okay, sorry about the door. I need some gel. So, okay. So what we do is we literally just pull this new radio out, which is amazing. Okay. Look, boom. So this right here is the crimped wire I was just showing you. Okay. This is connected to the signal wire. This is inside. This had a little piece I could have found an adapter for. Apparently, I didn't find the adapter and the piece broke. So this was a mandatory thing to do. Okay. From the original CD player, there was one piece like this, a bigger one, but it doesn't fit this. Okay. I would have to run those CD wires all the way through the car into here. Why do I need this if I have Bluetooth? Again, doesn't make sense. Plus I have radio. Okay, see how this is crimped? I might have to redo this because I showed you how mine was. Mine is a lot nicer than this, which is crazy. I actually paid for this. Okay. Alright, that's it. See how... love the technology. Okay. Oh yeah, what's wrong with my buttons? Absolutely nothing. Yeah, they all work. It's just... the front face is gone. I just push and they operate. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. But again, very important for installation. All this for all of this. You see what kind of big difference that is, kids? Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to IM me. I'm going to try to help you out. But yeah, this conversion process was fun. The radio works. I catch radio stations now. Just connected all the signals. Like I said, I might want to recrimp the signal in the radio, but again, that's because I paid for it, and that was my dumb choice instead of doing it myself and doing a nice job like I did with that one. However, remember, kids, the signal wire in the car is a lot thinner, so it is a lot more complex than the antenna wire to the radio wire, because the radio wire to the antenna wire is both thick copper inside and very easy. Okay, the radio one is not so much. Okay, hopefully that helps, kids. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Again, thank you so much for your time, Internet family. Have a blessed day.